G'day viewers and welcome to this Voxel Turf video. It's been a long time since I made a video, so I thought, I should make a video and show you guys what's changed. First thing you guys are probably going to notice is that there's all these cool buildings. These are all workshop buildings that I have installed on this server. This is a multiplayer server, the Let's Build an Archipelago server. Now in the latest patch I've added settings so you can control how much water and how many hills lot spawns, as well as you can force the map to be an island, which makes the edges water and it tapers off here. So this means you can create all kinds of interesting maps like this. I've purchased this island here and I've put lots of pretty buildings here for you guys to look at. Let's wait for the draw distance to recover. Yeah, I'm recording this using shadow play, which does cause me to lose a bit of draw distance. One change I made months ago was, this was back in October I think, October last year. I did some optimization work which it basically tripled the frame rate on my computer. The changes I made were to do with how your CPU and your GPU talk to each other. So if you had a slow CPU and a fast GPU, say like an i5 and a GTX 1080 for example, then you'll get a massive frame rate boost. And that change was made in October last year. So if you've played this game in September last year during launch and you were having some frame rate issues, it may be worth firing it up again and seeing if you're getting much of an improvement. Late last year, that's a really cool shot there. Late last year I added this building here, which is called the Marina. Not that building there, that's a workshop item by Nikolai. This building spawns boats. So you can get in them and you can drive around. You can drive in a boat. I don't know if that's the correct English for it. English is my first language, but I'm still not very good at it. So here I am just, drifting around the port here. Alright. And I'll go just park it here. You get the idea, it's a boat. It's in the water, you can travel in the boats now. Which means getting to sea bases like, let me just hop over, swim for a little bit. You can get to sea bases like that one a lot easier now. You don't need to swim to get there, you can actually, or you could have used a helicopter before, but this is a new mode of transport. That was added around about Christmas time. Now if I go in here, there's a lovely gentleman who can sell you both boats and hovercrafts. Now, I assume that, whoops, yep, doors now have sound effects. I assume a lot of you would like to have a hovercraft but don't feel like paying for them, which is why I've added a hovercraft shop as well. So I don't think there's a hovercraft shop on the map, so I'll just quickly build one. Let's go down here. Hovercraft shop. Oh, that's another change. You can see there, it says estimated customers 34%. So the game will now only can see that orange box. There you are, that's a bit more obvious. That will show you the radius of the shop and how many customers are in there. So this has a base of 800 customers from memory. And there's quite a few apartment buildings here, but there's also a marina here and another car shop here, which will compete with these things, so you'll get less customers. So that will let you have some kind of idea on whether your building is going to be profitable or not. So this is roughly 1/3 of the customers, like that tooltip said, which means they get 1/3 of the population, which means you don't make much money from the building. But the reason why I built this building is to show you hovercrafts. I mean, I've added so much stuff, I'm getting lost with all the things I've added. So you can go inside of this lovely hovercraft shop, and yep, the people have spawned inside, and these hovercrafts are spawned. So I'm going to steal a hovercraft, and I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to open the garage door first. The door's automatic, but it takes half a second for the hovercraft to activate it. So I'm going to walk outside, I'm going to open the door manually. I'm going to pop in here. I'm also going to open this door manually. And I'm going to steal this hovercraft from this guy. And now I've got hovercraft. Now the neat thing about... I better get to a base. Otherwise I'm going to get shot up. The CDF still like to dive into water if you find that amusing. So there's two things that hovercrafts can do. One is that you can boost, so if you hold the sprint key, you can go faster. And also you can hold space, and that makes it hover vertically, which means you can climb things like this. Also climb small fences. Now, where's a base? Damn it, I need a base. There we go. Now, something I also added in a recent-ish patch was the ability to drive into trees. No, you can always do that. You can go to bases in order to get rid of the CDF. So if I go here, you get this meter, it's called base escape. And if you hold onto a base without being killed and arrested, then the guys will eventually give up. Something else I added in this patch was the ability to make flags. Somebody suggested on the forums that I add an icon to all the factions so you can tell, you know, which faction is who more easily, because when you have a map with lots of factions on it, then it's a bit hard to tell who is who. And I decided to go whole hog. I've added a flag creator, and I added the ability for you to select things on the map, click on the flag, and it'll bring up the diplomacy for that player. Now if you go to your own player, I'm Snapper Twig, so I can go to myself, you can click edit flag, and you can do all this nice stuff. You can recolor things, so I can make it blue. I can reposition elements. You can insert elements like this. You can delete elements. There's quite a few elements. I've added 42, shapes you can use, and I've added quite a few emblems as well, such as this one, And you can also set the hanging mode, so you can have flags on what's called a left canton hanging mode. So for some flags, like the Australian flag and American flag, you want them to hang with the canton, which is this corner thing, to the left when it's hanging. So you can use this option to make it hang correctly when, it's hanging. And you can also specify emblems to be always vertical. So if you click this button here, you can make it hang vertically. So I cancel it because I like my flag as it is. You can use these flags to tell your stuff apart from other people's stuff. And you can also place decorative flags. So if you go here, you can go to decorative faction flags. You can select this item, you can put BAM! And you've got a thing here that you can use to decorate your bases and holdings. I've also added multiplayer factions. So here we've got a faction with 5 players in it. That means that all these players in the faction are mutually allied to each other. So if you start a war with someone, then everybody in this faction will be called in if they're online. You can all do missions together, you can heal in each other's bases, you can do all the stuff that allied players can do. And factions can also ally other factions and other players directly. So when you're part of a faction, you no longer do diplomacy as an individual player, you do diplomacy as part of a faction. I also added a mod picker, so you can go into this menu, which is in the main menu, and you can turn mods on or off. You can go to the Steam Workshop page. You can open the folder where the mod is installed, and you can inspect the files yourself if you want to figure out how to do things. So this is a little cool thing I've added just today actually. A couple of patches ago I added some changes to base defending goons. So one thing you can notice is that some of them are wearing headbands, some of them are wearing caps or hats. And they're coloured with my faction colour, which is this goldy, orangey, disgusting colour. I need a better colour. But yeah, goons are coloured according to who owns them basically. And you can also get issued them orders. So I've ordered this guy to follow me, and he'll follow me around and he'll defend me if anyone starts shooting at me. He'll also follow me into vehicles. So if I get into this hovercraft here, he'll pop in with me and we can go on adventures together. So we're going to go on a little adventure to another new thing that I added, which is called control points. So there should be one over here. There's actually one across from my spawn point, but this one here is my favourite control point. This is a control point called the supply depot, which you probably can't see very well because I keep turning the camera, so there's a look at it there. Whoop, just clipped through a tree a little bit there. Let's head over to the entrance. Get out. As you can see there's a crane that carries these, shipping containers over here. Now, a control point is like a cross between a bandit base and and a special building. So if you capture this this building, then you get these bonuses. So let's go capture this thing. And he is into action, and he's dead. So, you know, alright, having another go at taking this place. There we go, gotta let's get in here. I made some changes to base raiding combat. So if you kill someone who's defending a base, then it will suppress respawns for a few seconds. So if I'm outside the base and I kill one of these guys, then you know they won't respawn for another 5 seconds or so. You also notice getting hit confirms now. So if a bullet hits someone, you see an X in the crosshairs flashing. So I'm just going to capture this base. I'm going to capture this flag. It's going to turn into my flag. Yeah, there we go. So I now own this base, which means that I get a 10% construction cost bonus and a +2 industrial desirability. So if I build, let's go in here and build, you know, a factory. It says 97,000. I get a discount. And we'll go here. I get +2 player bonus to desirability, which just increases my income. So this is a nice thing about control points. There's 5 kinds of them. There's this thing here is the supply depot. There's a parliament house over here. There's a botanic garden, which is very pretty. And outside of the city, there's a communications tower, which gives you more goons you can control. And where is it? Over here, there's a bunker, which gives you, you know, some extra stats, some more money from killing bandits. I've also added some new bandit base designs. Now this here is what's called the bandit helifield. So if I head over to the entrance, you'll be able to, well, there's a big fence here. If I head to the entrance and open the door and shoot that guy in the face, you can, hey, shoot that guy in the face too. Then you can see this is a lovely little helifield here. Now this bandit base acts as a spawn point for both hovercrafts and, in here, a helicopter. So it acts as a spawn point for these guys when you're on a Turf 0 map, so you can have access to these you know, vehicles to get around. And it will spawn somewhat close to the centre of the map. This here is the Bandit Factory. It's a bandit base that added back early January, and it's the same as the Bandit Fortress that came in the vanilla version of the game. Well, similar. You've got a big area here with lots of guys who like to shoot rockets. Nearly dead already. Jeez. You can come to this place and die. And there's a little switching puzzle. Can I get it? Damn it. Come on, 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 come on. No, 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 no. And through the power of video editing, we have returned. No, 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 no. Okay, good. Over here, some more guys. Now there's a little switching puzzle here, which is not particularly difficult to solve, but you know, it's a bit of fun. Up there's some more bandits. There you go, I got him. Oh, having an explosive mod on a extra shot modded weapon is so good. Look at that. Just blows everything apart. So this is a bandit factory. There's a big combat area here. There's a, you know, thing there. And downstairs, there's another combat area and a loot room. So, you know, it's a cool thing for you guys to explore and defeat.